Hello YouTube, today we're going to be setting up an Ubuntu server on this crappy computer, but first we're going to have to boot into it and boot off the flash drive that I have installed. Nothing
Dude, you
installed.
sound like one of those shitty YouTubers.
This is a shitty YouTuber video. Thank you, Seth.
I
I
know.
have my co-host here, Seth, here. He's going to walk us through this as well. I've tried to do this, but I
Yeah.
kind of fucked up and I just uninstalled Ubuntu. I just deleted everything. App get purge all. So, have
Shit,
to
I don't
reinstall
even
it
know
from
why you're doing
scratch.
Ubuntu. We could have been doing Arch.
Yeah, you want me to do? I don't know how to use Arch,
Me neither.
but Debian's a little bit easier.
It is easier, but I don't know why. But anytime
But
I've ever
yeah,
tried Ubuntu on like laptops or anything, it always breaks instantly for me.
this computer is like 4 gigs of RAM, an old Celeron processor or something. Something really, really crappy, so it's gonna be slow.
Why didn't you just get like a Raspberry Pi cluster?
I had a Raspberry Pi as my Plex server, and it's just too slow. But see, I have a
That's why
graphics
you
card
get
in
a
here.
cluster.
I have like a fake GTX 600 or something.
If you have like a cluster of them, you just have them all do the same shit.
Yeah, but that's a little bit more difficult to set up than just waiting for a long install, because once it's installed it's pretty fast. It's just I'm booting off like a broken 120 gig hard drive because it doesn't like my flash drive. So I have to plug in an old hard drive and boot off of there until I can install it onto my SSD. And then once it's installed on
Bro,
the
your shit
SSD,
ain't ever loading.
it loads.
Stuck at the loading screen.
It takes like 5 minutes to load.
The computer's ass.
But apparently in this new version of Ubuntu they have remote desktop built in and VNC built in. But see, I didn't know that, so I started installing other software for it, and it just wouldn't work. But apparently,
Unfortunate.
on Ubuntu 22, they have all this stuff built in now.
Fortunate.
So we'll see. Last time I tried to install it, it gave me an error because it couldn't install grub.
Interesting.
But people told me to bypass that, you gotta try it first. Then after you try it, just to click install, but I don't have a mouse attached to it. I could attach a mouse to it, but I just have a second keyboard laying over here.
You should just have a KVM.
Yeah, if I could afford that, I would just do that. That would be a lot easier,
KVMs are
Seth.
cheap though.
That would be a lot cheaper than trying to set up this remote desktop. But see, I don't want to. This is the free version. This is the tutorial on how to set up the free version. If you have just a crappy computer laying around, when you
Yeah,
have an
KVM's only
SSD,
like $30.
you go to Micro Center and you spend $20 on an SSD.
Shit, you could get like a USB 2.0 one for $12.
A KVM, huh?
Yeah, I mean these
What are you looking
KVMs
at?
are.
Amazon?
No, I'm looking at eBay.
Oh, well, that's eBay. You probably get scammed. Nothing gets sent to you in the mail.
I mean, sure, these probably aren't the most reliable ones, but they definitely are the
This
cheapest.
what a USB selector? Is that what you're
Yeah, the
looking at?
USB selectors. Yeah, you can switch them.
Yeah, but see, the issue there is this computer doesn't like to detect my keyboard, so I have to have the second keyboard plugged into it anyways, because the BIOS doesn't detect my keyboard. I smashed
Sounds
an
like your
F10 on
shit's
it.
dumb.
I smashed an F10 on it. It's a 2000 Intel, an old 2000 Intel workstation. So we're gonna try to do this install in Ubuntu and see if this works this time. Just either tab on the keyboard. We're just gonna hit enter. Normal installation. I'm not gonna install third-party drivers because I think that's what broke it last time. I could do no office software, and that probably would be better. Just web browser and basic utilities. So you see here, it was already installed before, but hopefully it just keeps grub on there.
Yeah, that's what you always hope, huh?
Yeah, if it gives me a fatal
Yeah.
error, If it gives me a fail error, I'll just have to reboot and go into OEM mode. That's what I had to do last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so my name, we're just gonna go with the classic GTA
You
WWE
ain't
2.
got no name, Nathan.
And like I said, you guys could just hit tab on this crap.
Just hit tab on it.
Just hit tab on there. You don't need a mouse attached. You do have to set up a password now though, because Ubuntu's like, ooh. So I want to actually, can I go, there we go, log in automatically. You press the up key on your keyboard for that.
Good, good.
Just switch that over if you don't have a mouse like I do. So now we
Yeah,
wait
if you're
again.
poor like him.
So now we wait again for this copy files over. But once this is copied over, it should be a lot quicker from there. And then once this actually is installed, you will actually have to have a mouse attached to it eventually.
Wise.
Because we will have to go in the settings
I've
option.
never had a mouse attached to my shit. I ain't janky.
After this install process, I'll actually attach my mouse to it. But for now, keyboard through the install process is a little bit quicker. So if anything goes wrong, I can smash the F10 button on the BIOS.
And he will.
And that's only because my keyboard won't go to the BIOS. I have a separate second keyboard for that.
Because he's shit.
Yeah, because I'm a crappy YouTuber.
Facts, facts,
But now
facts.
we just wait for the copy files over. It shouldn't take too long. This is like the third time I've copied the files over, so it should be cached. The
Only
hard
the
drive should
third
be
time,
like,
huh?
hey, I've seen this file before.
You see at least 5 times.
Yeah, so hopefully it's a little bit quicker. It might be slower if your computer's shitty like mine, and you haven't
True.
installed it 2 previous times. But since I've installed it 2 times, the hard drive should be smart enough, like, hey, I recognize these bits.
Makes sense.
Because it is an SSD. Yeah, it is an SSD, so it should be like, oh, I've seen this before.
Sure. If there's any DRAM cache on it, if there's no cache, you fuck.
But I'm mostly doing this because the VLC was crap on the Raspberry Pi, and I want to set up VLC so I can set up Plex with Live TV on there. Because Live TV won't go through unless you have VLC.
Makes sense, I guess.
And this should be able to cache a little bit more than a Raspberry Pi and video RAM. As I do have a graphics card attached to it. I have no idea what the graphics card is. When I plug it into Windows 11, it's like undetected graphics card. So it's a janky graphics card, but it's something. And I'm
Yeah,
hoping that this detects it. I should have installed the third-party driver things on it, but oh well.
probably.
I don't really know Ubuntu. Is there a way to see device manager or something? See if it detects it.
Uh, Probably not.
We'll worry about that when we get there. But so far, it's only been about 9 minutes, and it's almost done. Not that long of a process. It is a crappy computer, but not that crappy. I'm installing World of Warcraft, though. Gonna try that out. It says I can play until level 20 for free. Waiting on another update. Warzone's updating.
Yeah,
Well, this is the last weekend I'm playing until I get my 4090.
I mean, isn't that only 1 weekend away?
It's 10 days away.
10 days away, huh?
Yeah, but hopefully I can get it the weekend after it comes out. Hopefully nobody buys them all. I don't think anybody's actually going to be buying them.
Yeah, I don't really think so either.
But I might have to send my boy Seth over there to go get it for me.
Let's see how that goes.
He has less tax over there to cover the FedEx shipping
Goddamn.
fee. Or the UPS
Fast.
shipping fee, if they don't steal it. Does Micro Center require you to have the physical gift card, or can you just give them a number?
I don't fucking know, bro. I've never actually had to do that. Low key, maybe high key.
Low key, maybe high key, maybe side key.
Nah, that's just outrageous.
An operating system available to everyone, developed for anyone that will just work for anything you need.
Unless your
Sure.
name's Nathan. They won't work at all.
I love how there's a spinning icon just on the bottom right of the screen.
Don't you
I think
though?
there's a mouse over here. I'm not sure about it though. Can I open up the CMD on here though? Yeah, no. The console's not available. I'd be like, oh wait, I think it's Alt F2. No, Control F2? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could have opened up the console somehow, but it's oh well. It's okay. Not too worried about it.
Not too worried about all you,
Not,
Nathan.
not too worried about it. I'll just let this sit through here, but we will have to disable power save mode on this.
Disable these nuts, Nathan.
Yeah, we gotta disable the nuts on it too. But it's almost done copying files. It's doing some nonsense now. It's like, oh, I don't know about copying everything over. I was pretty quick on doing most of the stuff, but all these tiny files, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know about those.
That's pretty much how it works. We're going on 12 minutes here of copying files. But this is the jellyfish edition of Ubuntu.
Pure jellyfish.
Not quite sure what they added in the jellyfish besides removing stuff. I mean, they
Mm,
do have built-in remote desktop
that's cool, right?
if it works. But I've recognized that I've just installed this, so I have to delete my old SSH keys real quick. So let me go ahead and do that.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
So, is it under users, your name, and then SSH? Delete known host. I want to keep my IDRSA because I don't remember what that's for. I'm pretty sure it's for a server that's important.
Maybe.
So I'll keep that file but delete the known host. Because if you try to reinstall a system and it has the same IP, your computer will be like, hey, this is a different machine. Like, I know, I
That facts.
reinstalled it. Like, I don't know, I won't let you connect it. But you delete your known host and you're all good. Unless you're using PuTTY and it's like, hey, this has changed, are you sure you want to connect? For Windows is straight up like,
Nah.
yeah, you ain't connecting, boy. Okay, so now we're installing system. We're gonna see how well system installs. Official documentation covers many of the most common areas about Ubuntu. It's available both online and via the help icon in the dock. To ask Ubuntu, you can ask questions and search in an impressive collection of already answered questions. Support in your own language that may be provided by your local community team. For pointers or other user resources, please visit community support or commercial support. Retrieving
Sounds lit.
file 159. Scanning the security. Retrieval of file. Retrieval of file 27. Like it retrieves all the files and it's like, I don't know what to do with it.
You can't retrieve shit.
It retrieves it. 53 of 53 and it's after it's already retrieved all. I'm like, whoa. What am I supposed to do now? Creating user. Configuring target system. That's good. Checking for packages to install. Installing language packages, running dpackage, unpacking LibreOffice, configuring
Fuck your
LibreOffice.
packages.
I should have just skipped LibreOffice. I don't need that for this system. But it's just easy just to be like, sure, whatever, install everything. I'm not too worried about space. What is that, one movie? One episode of a show?
50.
It's not even, not even 100 megabits, probably. Configuring hardware. Do 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 do. We're not playing Shatterline, so don't ask. Do 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 do
Who
do
joined
do.
anyways?
It's my
Mashiro.
hero, of course. Why the
Oh,
hell would
was
he
it?
make that? Why would he make that comment
It
otherwise?
could have been Frank. I thought it was gonna be Frank.
Fair enough.
We're installing Ubuntu Jellyfish Edition.
I ain't doing that. I'm looking at code and shit. Fuck, I'll share my screen too. But I don't think Mashiro wants to watch all this.
Nope, it's brain cell killing time.
Through.
Removing
I've
W
got booze,
French.
snacks, and weed, and I want to do
Removing W
something.
Italian. Removing
Alright,
German.
now I'm just looking
For
at some
hash.
shit on my
Hash
website.
by title ID.
Yeah. Trying to figure out why it doesn't like any title ID except one specifically.
What do you mean?
So if I put this title ID, it says no query or it says AOL blah blah blah. But if I go to this one, it gives me a hash.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out why it doesn't work on any title ID except for one.
Well, have you tried a different title ID?
Yeah, I've tried several actually. I don't know. I'd have to ask the nigga that made this Dokkan or what the fuck his name is.
I could fix that for you. That sounds really simple.
Yeah, it probably is. But you know, you're doing your own thing and storing Ubuntu souls and shit. I know you got your own thing going.
That sounds like you just have the string messed up.
What are you even doing right now, anyways? Let me see. Let me go back to your video.
It's running the package. Checking for packages to remove. It's finishing up, cleaning up the installation.
Sounds lit.
Installing system again for like the 15th.
Oh, so they got a Kex out for PS5. I see. So you posted that in Twitter.
Yeah, I also posted in the PS General channel.
Yeah. Well, that's where I got it from.
Too bad I can't buy a PS5.
It's too bad that exploits on a low firmware anyways, and that doesn't enable homebrew or pirating yet. It's basically just there to show you that you can do it. You just can't get very far.
Because it's all
Aww.
sandbox.
Not even just sandbox. They can get root privileges and shit. It's more like execute only memory and shit. So you can't
Oh.
read anything, so you can't get any gadgets. And because you can't read, you can't get gadgets. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Plus, they got the
Copying
hypervisor that's
installation notes.
protecting against writing memory. So, yeah, they got the work cut out for them, that's for sure.
Huh.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's done installation. Yep, now it says to restart the computer. So, what we do now is that we unplug the flash drive.
Then you throw it in the lake.
Now we're going to keep it to the side in case we have to reinstall again if we mess this up for the third time. And it's gonna give us this error like, you unplugged the hard drive. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Be like, I don't care. Yeah, you just hit the restart button on there. And you see we have the crappy Intel system.
Oof.
Beep, beep, beep. VMX outside of text is disabled by BIOS. BIOS.
So,
BIOS.
what exactly are you doing, Nathan?
I'm installing Ubuntu. What does it look like I'm doing?
Well, I mean, for what purpose?
To break stuff.
Huh.
If you gotta make up a Plex server with live TV and all that.
Ah, I got one of those already.
But
So,
does it have internet TV on there? Like, can
it
you watch Rick
does.
and Morty?
Yes.
You
God
sure about
damn,
that?
he's got it
Full,
all.
full DVR system attached to it, too. So, if I don't want to sit there and download something and add it to the server, I can just DVR it straight from the IPTV.
Oh yeah, my
I,
keyboard and mouse is attached to this. Okay, guys, we got like 20 minutes to finish this up because Rick and Morty's in 35 minutes.
I thought that Rick and Morty was off this week or
Yeah, I
some
thought
shit.
too, but they did a commercial last week and saying it was this week.
Nathan, you dumbass.
We're just gonna click done over here. We're gonna go over to the powers and then go to settings. Because this is where all the good stuff is at. So we're gonna come down here to power, screen blank, and we're just gonna go to never. And then we're gonna come
Ew,
down,
you're not using CLI configuration?
down to
How fucking
sharing.
dare you?
We gotta create a key generating password. So you can use anything that you want on this. I'm just gonna put whatever. And then once it's gonna yell that I didn't enter the same password. Just give it a second. Come on. You gonna yell at me?
Can I yell at you?
Uh, it should yell at me that said I didn't enter the right password. But it's not. Oh. I had to click up there. Okay, we're gonna enable VNC2. Here's something on settings. Remind me later. Here's your fingernail encryption if anyone wants to hack me. Go ahead. Allows remote control of the screen. All good, all good. We click that. Oh, I have to.
Yeah, it says Rick and Morty is at 11 on YouTube TV when you scroll down.
And then people say I have to reboot for that to take change in effect. So we're just gonna go to restart. Restart it. Let that boot in, and we're gonna take away the keyboard and put it back on our host system. And it's going to give us this error like keyboard's not found, which is fine. We don't really need a keyboard plugged in. And then once that boots up, we're going to have a remote desktop open in the other screen. You know what? Let's put remote desktop on that monitor. Just for the last people. It's going to connect. It's going to initiate. I'm going to see if this works. Just straight out of the box. And I'm guessing it's not. I'm guessing it's not. It's gonna say, because one of these reasons. Okay. So we're gonna go to display capture, add source. We're gonna go to display 2 over here. We're gonna click OK. We're gonna reconnect. And the reason this might not be working is because it might not have the correct IP address. I just assumed the IP address. But to make sure, I'm gonna double check. This is the IP address it normally grabs. But is it the same IP address? I don't think it is. I think it's on 106 now, and that's going to be the reason why. An internal error has occurred. Just what I was having earlier.
Nathan, you're ass at this.
So, we're going to go and try to see if VNC works. Connection was refused by the computer. Okay, so we're going to Google this. Ubuntu remote desktop, an internal error has occurred. That's not what I want. Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Okay, Nathan. I registered for YouTube TV again, and I got it again.
Well, you didn't need to do that.
What about you, Nathan?
You didn't really need to do that.
I know, but like it's a lot easier
What do you
because
use?
I have like
IPT?
who
You.
Me, yeah.
for
For your
Like
IPTV.
Adult Swim is just easy to watch.
probably, but it's just easier for me to make a new YouTube TV account because I have so many Gmail accounts.
Yeah. Why is that not working? I don't know. I could just do it headless, but that'd be a little bit more complicated.
Personally, I prefer to set things up headless.
Yeah, but I want to use make MKV on it. Using
Ah,
command line with make MKV is difficult.
yeah.
Now I feel Mashiro. He does that shit in his sleep.
Because I don't want to rip everything, I just want to rip the select couple files. So we're just going to go to Google and say VNC server Ubuntu
Yeah,
2204.
I'm a very anti-GUI guy.
Everybody says to go do this.
Except we need to try the items flow. You remember that, Mashiro?
You know what? You know what? Fuck your items flow, my dude. I still haven't found my goddamn exploit drive, my exFat hacks drive, and it seems all of my flash drives have mysteriously disappeared, and it's pissing
You know,
me
that's
off.
how it be too. They always do that shit.
I have like an entire box of them, just random flash drives with shit on them, and I can't find anything. And it's like the most infuriating thing, because this thing's still stuck where it was. It's still locked up. I can change the input, and it'll still be on items flow, staring at me. But I can't fucking do anything about it, because I don't have my drive to re-jailbreak it right now.
I should probably make sure Okay, I'm gonna cut this short though because
It just
I don't.
straight up fucking disappeared.
I'm just gonna do
Don't
this
you
the
have
main
a
way.
rooted Android phone?
But what you want to do is just
You
apt-get
can mount it if you have a
install
Android phone.
open
I know, but I don't
SSH
have a rooted one currently. I'm
dash
still waiting for
server.
Vapor and his buddies to finish up
You
that
type in your
fucking
password.
TWRP for the
And now you
S22.
can remote manage it. To open up this panel, you actually press Ctrl Alt T on your keyboard. And this will generate SSH keys for you, and now you can just do it all remotely through SSH.